Looking through the lens, opinions of three friends. Looking through the lens, sometimes they don't make sense.
Oi,
Mm-hmm.
the fuck is up, ladies and gentlemen? Now, it's been 30 seconds already, so we're not gonna get demonetized, hopefully, for that. Welcome to a very special episode. It's the 50th episode, guys.
Wow!
Let's
Oh my
go!
god. And that was
50
loud, man.
episodes, can you believe this?
I can't believe it, guys. I'm so proud of all of you. I'd like to thank my fans. I'd like to thank my unholy Trinity family.
What's up? What's up? Some of the brothers from other mothers.
Brothers from other mothers.
Gang, gang.
Alright, guys, on the count of three, let's high five, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, nice.
That was cursed. That worked? Okay, good. Alright. Now, because it's a very special episode today, and we
Yeah.
want to celebrate this, we wanted to give you something special. So, what is more special and what is more Unholy Trinity tend to present on our 50th episode of Through the Lens a really shit Chinese film.
Hey,
Let's go!
let's go.
Yes.
Alright, now you might have heard of this film, Pure Hearts into Chinese Showbiz, or otherwise known by its Chinese title, 纯洁心灵, I don't know this word, but whatever, 陶梦演艺圈, whatever, I don't know the word.
Very
but
nice.
There's no point to it because it's kind of bad. It's pretty bad.
Garbage.
Loud, mate.
Hey,
Move off the mic,
that's
please.
right.
Garbage.
I'll quickly break up
But it's
this
beautiful
shit review
garbage.
with something great. On my far right, that's Mr. Zephyros.
Actually, I'm on your left. But yes, that's me. I'm Zephyrus. We have different positions, but yes.
Okay, well that's weird. On your right, hopefully, is Patronus Gold.
Garbage.
There, he's garbage. And on myself, that's myself, Sun Dude. Hello.
Hence the Sunroom.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Mr. Zephyros down there. Hello. On my right, I should say. Okay, we need to sort out what we actually look like. But okay, I think we need to do this kind of quick, so we're just gonna go straight into it. Director, Bi Zhifei. Production, producers, Bi Zhifei. Story writers, Bi Zhifei. Music apparently was by Bi Zhifei, but the main
Damn.
title was by a SNH 48. Editing was by Bi Zhifei.
Ooh.
So he did a bunch of shit for this film. He did basically everything. The only things he didn't really do was the cinematography by Sun Li Fan. And I should have probably done research for this on the actual titles of these things in Chinese. Oh, the producer wasn't him. It was a different guy. Chen something Guang.
He got
I
the
don't know that
money.
word. But we'll go with it. What he did. Oh, so there's a producer and there is production. He's credited for production, but the producer is someone else. So I assume it's some like Chinese thing that we don't know about. But to give you guys an idea about how bad this film was, if you don't know about it, they spent about 2.25 million RMB, which is about 5 million Australian dollars. And what they got from the box office was less than a tenth of that. Less than a tenth. And before we move on to some of the others, like the review bit of this film, some more background on this, because this is either really interesting or very funny, depending on how you look at this. So, this sparked a whole like drama where he like the director Bi Zhifei, he released like this like big letter printed on paper saying how a Chinese review website Douban was like manipulating public opinion, and that how that they were owned by a gang or a mafia.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one thing. And then another thing was that Douban sued Bi Zhifei. The review website sued the director of this film.
For spreading the
I
fake
don't.
news.
I didn't look into what happened of it. I didn't look into what came of it. But yes, there was a lawsuit involved because this film was so shit.
Because
Beautiful.
the director man
Ah.
said it's owned by like gangs, and they're like, nah.
Yeah. All right. Final thing before we go into the review. This film was crowdfunded,
Yes, it was.
and
Really?
on the Wikipedia. So
Partly
most of my information is on the Wikipedia page
crowdfunded,
before we
right?
go into things. Crowdfunded, yeah. And quote, the budget was tight. The
Mm-hmm.
director borrowed money from his father-in-law and his friends. Actors also had to pay for with their own money.
Yeah, he didn't pay any of his actors, right?
I don't know about that, but what I can tell you later about what the actors actually were will explain that.
Yeah.
Also, the director a year later after the film was released was 1 million RMB in debt. And so he had to rely on his wife's family for basically everything from that on point on. He was devastated by this film.
Mm-hmm.
So, with all that out of the way, we will kick off this 50th episode with your first impressions of the shit film. Guys, what did you think of this film?
Jack, would you?
Garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell from that stinky breath, mate.
Yeah.
It smells like
Stinky
garbage as
Jack.
well.
Oh,
Haha,
mate.
we're funny. Dio, what else? Anything to add?
Oh, I was gonna add one last thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even like it's not even like this so far. So bad it's good. It like just misses that. And it's just bad.
It's
Mm, yeah.
bad.
Well, it's
Anything
like
to add, Dio?
it's almost entertaining. I'd say it's like it would
Almost,
be the
almost.
equivalent
I think
of like Chinese The Room, as in like it has so
think
many parallels in the production. But like,
But it's got a lot of like boring boring moments
but like
in it that like
entertainment wise and like story wise, it's not that. It's not as good. I'd say. Nah.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, we're going to talk about acting now. And before we talk about whether the acting was good or not, the first thing we're going to talk about is the state of their actors.
All right.
All of the main actors in this film, other than the director himself, otherwise known as all of the students in this film, because the director, who's also who's also the star in this film, plays a teacher, and all his other supporting actors are students of this teacher. All of these students were actual students from around acting schools around China, with no acting
Wow.
experience.
You can tell.
So probably not paid for it, according to what you're saying, Jack. I haven't seen that.
That's what I was told. But yeah.
Okay. And his own role as the star was originally gonna be played by one of two famous actors. But he, quote, decided to not succumb to the stars.
He can't afford them basically.
Yeah, okay. So he acted in his own film because he didn't want he presents it as if I'm not gonna
I'm
succumb
not
to
gonna
these
sell out.
famous people. Or it's just I couldn't pay for it. Also the actors, yeah, they're all students with no experience.
There you go.
So yeah. How was the acting?
I can't say for like dialogue and things because I don't understand Chinese. But like,
Garbage.
Garbage.
yeah, I guess it's pretty
Alright.
garbage.
The one thing you guys can talk about, their physical acting. And by the way, all of the audio that from dialogue is dubbed. I think there isn't like a single scene whatsoever where we don't have a dubbed scene. I think.
Huh.
How was the physical acting then?
I guess they acted the part of film students in a, I don't know, acceptable way. Yeah.
You're shaking your head, Jack. Want to elaborate?
No,
What do you know about
I
film
mean,
students, mate?
what do you mean, mate?
Yeah.
They're actors. Mate.
Yeah. How are
They're
they
just
supposed to act
giving.
as film students then?
Well, you see in there, like, well, then it's not about whether they're film students or not, mate. It's like well, how they're doing, like, for example, dramatic, emotional scenes, mate.
Yeah.
How they are
But that's
how are they
that's dialogue.
delivering stuff? No, you can have dramatic scenes without having any dialogue.
I guess it's
Eh?
bad. It's bad. Alright, it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, we are expecting any fucking like Oscar-winning fucking performances here.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, yeah, nah.
There's one thing I'm just looking on the Wikipedia article. Apparently after selecting the actors, uh, they had to like rush to Beijing to attend like activities. They all had to pay for their own road fees, like petrol, car
Their own
hire, whatever.
accommodation
Uh,
and travel fees.
They had to, yep, accommodation as well. I think that's all the actors paying.
It's kind of funny because like this movie is like shows so much wealth and stuff like that, but they are very cheap behind the scenes, eh?
Yeah. Also, apparently, these actors sometimes only were able to sleep for 3 hours.
Damn,
Uh,
just like me, mistake.
Yeah.
oh, this is one time. This is one time they could only sleep for 3 hours under the conditions that BJF, the director, brought them to Tiananmen Square to watch a ceremony for raising a flag.
Is that they're
Okay.
sleeping?
Uh,
So they
I
slept
mean, I
on
can
that?
get it. I can get it, but you've got to I don't know. Also, supporting actors or like a part of the actors were not satisfied with the director, and in the end, 9 people decided to leave.
Seems about right.
Before production ended or after production ended? Well, I'm guessing before if they left. But the movie was finished anyway.
I think they tried to leave during production, right? And I think it's
But
Sunbeam's
can you
frozen.
leave after production because it's done?
To like take the business, and they were hindering his work.
Mate, he was hindering his own work. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But he's a genius,
Alright.
man.
Yeah, that also comes down to performance, right? Like they're not trying that much because they don't want to be part of it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's like the big problem with this film.
Yeah.
Now another big problem was the fucking dubbing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So the physical acting they weren't trying. The dubbed voice acting from like a person who speaks Chinese, it was just bad, honestly. I've heard better voice acting in Chinese second language audio texts than what I've seen in a high budget movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is disappointing, yeah.
Cause, tell us about the voice actors, man. Where you get them?
The voice actor. So, the reason they had to dub all of this audio was apparently because they were filming on Hainan Island. This is an island, and waves crashing constantly on the shores. Apparently, they could not get rid of the sound of the waves from their audio, or it was too loud, and couldn't they? Whatever. What kind of mics are they using, anyways? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess that for so many scenes outside where they're and like around like the beach, because I think most of the scenes are shot around like a beach setting.
Yeah.
or like near a beach or some distance away from a beach. The waves were just apparently too loud. They couldn't get rid of them in post production, and then they had to do another like what was it, 18 or no, it was 18 months of dubbing.
Damn.
They dubbed a movie for 18 months, and not just that, the dubbing actors were also hold on, let me I need to remind myself of this.
Fully off the streets, man.
Yep, yeah. The dubbing actors, according to the director, were picked up off the side of a street.
Yeah.
And
Dub.
what he said about getting an actual actor to dub the voice. This is what he said on Wikipedia. Well, this is what Wikipedia said about him. It is because he thought professional actors as dubbing would show traces or hints of acting.
Yeah.
I mean, if the actor's
I'm
not
doing my
acting,
best to
neither
translate
can the voice dub.
Yeah,
I
I'm doing my
think
best to translate this, but this is what it translates to, I think.
he just can't afford it.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
So cheapskate, oh my god.
I mean, he spent like,
and,
or he already spent like $1 million on the set. I guess I don't fucking know. He just ran out of money.
Yeah.
Also, one of the actors in this film, after hearing the dubbing, was extremely not happy, and they said it was the dubbing was both strange and lifeless, and many times went to the director to quit. Even saying that they were willing to use their own money to do dubbing better,
Yeah.
but the director just refused.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. You
So he
messed with
just
my
doesn't want
vision.
money, right? I don't know. It's just a crazy situation. So I will say, there were two good bits of acting in the entire film. One was a person acting drunk,
Yep.
but his voice acting did not sound like he was drunk. Second, there was one scene where the characters are purposely fake acting,
Yep.
and I mean, they did their part, right? They tried to be terrible actors, and they did that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've gone on about acting quite a long time. Acting was pretty bad. Cool.
Yes, it was.
Right. Writing.
Let's talk about the story, eh?
Now, writing. The story, the writing. Oh my goodness. All right. So, there's a ton of background, but I want to quickly go over this. I could not find his motivations. He does not state his motivations on this Wikipedia page, I don't think. But from watching the film, we can probably tell that his motivations are to show that he has a lot of money and that he wanted to be a hero. He wanted to be a hero. That's all we could probably tell that, as to what his motivations are.
Real movie director. As Tommy Wiseau
And in
would
real
say.
life, he is neither of those.
Real American movie.
Yep.
But there's no
I
American
think
movie.
he's a hero. He's the man who saved cinema.
Yes, he did.
So we can't tell his motivations, and he had some inspiration from his own experiences in acting school.
Allegedly.
I should note, however, that apparently he passed like #1 in his class in Beijing University of Technology. So, and then he went on to do his master's degree in a Beijing Film Academy. So, like, his academic scores would say otherwise, but this film's kind of just evidence in itself, pretty shit. Now,
Yeah.
another inspiration for the narrative structure of this film. Originally, this film would have had 11 subplots.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
There's
It
about
actually doesn't.
6 or
I
7.
think.
Was it?
He was inspired by an ancient Chinese piece of artwork. This piece of artwork is really famous for the amount of intricacy and detail that exists in a single piece of artwork that someone took the time to make this incredible piece of artwork for its time, and it's a really historically and culturally important piece of artwork. And he just looked at that and he was so inspired by it that he said, "I want to make a film that has 11 subplots." But then later on, there happened to be time constraints. Can you believe it? Time constraints
Wow.
of the film. So he had
Also
to
think
cut
he ran out of
down
money.
the time, the size, the number of subplots to about like what? It's probably 6 or 7 in this film, but that's still quite a lot. And that was also the reason why he had chapters in this film with like the shitty like visuals and like transition cards for each chapter. So that was writing, the background of it. Want to talk about what you thought of the writing?
Well, like you said, it has a shit ton of fucking side plots in this. To be honest, I don't really know what I watched.
But all these side
A lot
plots
of it is
combine into one. Oh, it's all focused on the
oh
teacher.
yes,
Man. The teacher
yes,
saves
because
everyone.
he's the hero. He
Yeah.
saves everyone. What a nice man. What a true old Chinese hero.
So I think it's a bit over ambitious story wise, and it wasn't executed well at all. Yeah.
Can you name any of the characters other than the teacher?
I remember guy with fat girlfriend. I remember prostitute man.
Are we saying spoilers? Spoilers.
Well, I'm just naming characters.
This should honestly be a spoiler review because, like,
Spoiler zone. I was saying.
Characters.
Prostitute boy, pool man became prostitute. Pool girl almost became a prostitute. Had a crush with the teacher.
yeah, but what are their names?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't remember Chinese
Exactly.
names.
All I
I
remember,
remember Mr. Wen.
Yeah,
the
because
only
he's the
name
teacher.
I remember
Yeah.
was the surname of Mr. Wen's girlfriend,
There you
and
go.
the first, like the name, not the surname of the guy with the fat girlfriend, because his name was Hu Hu, which is Tiger.
Oh yeah, his name's
Yeah.
Hoo Hoo. Yes, right. Because the girlfriend
Yeah.
said that a lot. Like Hoo Hoo, let me go.
Hu Hu. Hu Hu.
Yeah, like-
This is a whiny girlfriend. Hu Hu. Also plump.
So fat.
I don't get the plump thing. That's
Just a
like,
translation thing.
empty.
It's like
Just trying to be
there were, like,
less
two definitions
offensive.
of it, right? It's like fat, but not offensive. And then, and the second time it was, you're pretty thick.
Yeah.
You're thick.
Oh.
Yeah. Two definitions of plump. Both don't really work in English. Also, do you want to quickly talk about the translation of the subtitles?
Yeah, it had English subtitles, oddly enough.
Crazy.
You're
like
supposed to
they're
be
trying to
go
attract a
an
wider audience.
international. It's supposed to get an international film award. Yeah.
Also, I'll be honest, the subtitles are very familiar to me. I think they use like a really common like translation, like outsourcing. They didn't.
Yeah,
do it
probably.
in-house, I don't think.
Google Translate.
Might be.
Although the font and everything is very like similar to what other films do with like their subtitles.
Mm.
But honestly, can we really tell? Probably not. Anything to write home about writing once before we move on?
More characters
I mean,
there.
let's
There's
talk
the
about
rich
literally
girl.
every-
Yep.
And yeah, teacher's girlfriend. Yeah.
So, yeah, the story feels very like narcissistic and like just like their director wanting to like, I don't know, glorify himself, I guess.
He's a self-insert character.
Bleeding out.
Yes, that's another thing.
Performing very nice.
Some like random ass shit starts happening in the film. Like at the end, the fucking mafia show up. And
That's not random because that was because
I mean, yeah,
the dude
because
became
the prostitute.
the prostitute dude, and then he said, "I don't want to be with you anymore," and then the wife's like, "All right, fine, I'll snitch to my husband."
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
So yeah, he got chased by the
it's very
mafia,
strange.
but then Mr. Wen saved him by getting stabbed multiple times.
What a nice man. Also, yeah, there's lots of weird like prostitute stuff in this film, and yeah,
Because it's the Chinese film industry and also like the Western film industry, and you need to sleep with the producers, man, to get the movies through.
but rather than like properly criticize it, it was more like just like
Just do.
the problem for the hero to come in and save, you know?
Yeah, actually, yeah. But there was that old man. Remember, he was like, don't do that shit. Be a good actor instead."
Yeah.
That one
Oh,
old man.
and another. Do you remember the park bench?
Yeah, the infamous
Yeah.
park bench where everyone gets their troubles.
It's actually fucking funny.
Recurring settings. It's like they were reusing scenes. Oh, remember that one scene where they were like literally reusing the same scene, but they just like shot it 3 different times?
The
like,
when he
day
was
one-
working as the
Day 1, he works as a set worker.
the set worker.
Day 2, he works as a set worker. Day 3,
They
he
just
works
kind
as a set
of
worker.
cut different
Day 3,
pieces, but it's the
exact
same shot. It's the same
Yeah.
shot. Yes.
It also what other thing? The land transphobic jokes in the film. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they had creepy
Traditional
director
Chinese
man.
values.
Yeah. Hmm.
Traditional Chinese values is just homophobic, transphobic, sexist, racist, yeah, and you name
My
it.
kind of
yeah.
values, mate.
Yeah,
common sense.
brave.
Is it?
Yeah, but yeah, that's
Oh, and there was the dude who broke his leg, or fucking gets his leg chopped off, right? Disabled
Same place,
dude.
and we'll talk about it then.
But he can stand, Dio. He can stand.
Yeah, but only at the end, mate. When he realized, oh, is the camera not filming anymore? Or fine, I'll stand up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it has a weird like epilogue as well, where it's like cutting between like you know over the story, like the actual like the fact that they're in an acting class together doesn't really play that much into it because they all go off on their own. But then at the end, it kind of reminds you, oh, they're actually preparing to do like display or something,
Yep.
and then
Yeah, only at the end.
but like that's intersliced with a reoccurring scene of someone running up to someone and saying, "Did you bang this chick yet?"
Oh yes, right. Oh, because mate, that was a weird thing they did to the character. They just made him date a girl from the internet in Beijing, so he had to go back and forth to Beijing, and that didn't result to anything.
Yeah, nothing.
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 He was just like, yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
All right. So, I don't want to give this movie more time than it deserves for us to talk
Oh
about
wait,
it. so-
one more thing.
Any agent bits? Yeah.
It's
get
like
it out,
structure
get it.
with it's kind of funny how it opened with that car chase.
Oh, I did
Oh,
still
yeah.
get the car chase.
I just found that funny. And then they come back to it later, but it was yeah,
They come back to it,
kind of cut.
but that basically resulted in nothing. It was just one of many. But they
Yeah.
had specifically put that out in the front of the film, as if they were like,
Because that was the turning
the
point,
film?
I guess. I
"It's a
don't
car
remember.
chase, bro."
Yeah.
All right.
But also, honestly, in between like these like funny moments, it's kind of boring. I think it's just like shitty dialogue and people talking. I guess drama.
Yeah, but there was some good bits like that bit
It's
where
like-
the woman slapped the director, man. And then he
Yeah,
slapped her
see,
back.
like, between those good bits, there are also a lot of boring bits, which is
Mundane
why I can't say
bits.
it's quite makes it to the so bad it's good. Like it's not quite like the room
Doesn't
level.
have constant action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a film. What a film.
What a,
All right.
what a mighty good.
Before we give too much time to talk about its writing, let's move on. I think we've given this story enough time. We'll talk about it more later on. Don't worry, kids. We'll harass this film more enough later on. Cinematography. So,
Done by the
Originally-
different dude.
Yes. So the director was good friends with this original cinematographer. They had been friends for about 10 years. They've been working together, and the cinematographer decided, "Fuck you, man! I'm not doing this shit film." Basically, they had like, according to Wikipedia, like differing opinions on this film, which is why they decided to part ways. Then, the director hired a new cinematographer who's apparently a very well-known photographer in China. So, with that being said, cinematography not that great, honestly.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, no. So the style of the cinematography is a very common style used in like Chinese dramas and comedies.
Highly
Uh,
stylized.
Highly stylized, and it's very popular in China. But from having seen some of these, like basically looking over the shoulder of my mom watching these, it just doesn't compare at all. It's just so shit.
It's kind of like I guess from my view, it's kind of like a reality TV show mixed with like a music video. The way this
Oh
film.
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a good explanation for people who haven't seen this film or don't know what it's sharing like. Although you really can't get an idea of what it's supposed to look like if you haven't seen these like Chinese dramas or comedies. But it's just so bad. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
not much else to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
they honestly, if it was a little bit better, they could have attracted a better Chinese audience. But the mistakes in everything else, other than the cinematography, can't make up for it. Even
Yeah.
if the cinematography was top notch.
Yeah.
We are now going to talk about editing and visuals because we did bring up something about that later on. CGI truck boys.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
CGI truck.
that was beautiful.
It
Beautiful.
looked like just
Very
one of those like
stunning.
free things on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's truck green screen
Overly
dot
cartoony,
Suddenly,
mp4.
truck comes in, and then someone like fucking gets run over or something,
and then
and
there's
then
blood everywhere, like fake blood as well.
yeah,
Also, there was no attempt to make it look realistic. That truck was just like a stock thing where almost a cartoon truck was just like swerving like you would see in a cartoon. No attempt to make it
Yeah.
realistic. Uh, and what else? What else about that
but
truck's
hey,
bad?
man, this comes from the director's own experience. How do you know he wasn't chased by a cartoon truck when he was in acting school?
I don't know. It's
A lot
kind
of
of
crazy
mad.
stuff happens in acting school.
It's mad. All right. So, why is the editing bad?
All right, let's go through this. So it's like if the so you got the highly stylized nature of it, and then it's also like really edited like a what's the mention in cinematography? Something else that was kind of annoying. They kept like zooming in on like girls' midriffs.
Yeah, yeah.
Jack
That
just
was
doesn't
kind
like
of
that.
The
oh
director man was like, "Oh, we can attract all the pervy boys if we zoom in on these women's midriffs, right?"
Yes, because that's.
but
I guess it doesn't count
yeah,
as sexual if it's the midriff, even though it might.
but
Well,
the
I
best
according
guess
to
it
part of
can't be
that is
sued for it.
you, you get the midriff shots plus it's edited like an action movie, so you get like a Michael Bay action movie. So it's
Yeah,
funny all the time.
all
It's like
cuts.
midriff. It's just like fucking
Oh yeah, and the amount
oh,
of
it's
cuts in certain scenes as well, like car chase
Oh yeah, yeah.
cuts.
Not the cats.
Just cuts everywhere.
yeah.
Who's this
Also,
film
I should have
edited
mentioned as
by?
well. It's not just. I want to get onto that
Yeah, alright.
next. Before we get
Yeah.
onto that, I just need to add on that the cinematography and the editing style is that of heavily stylized for Chinese dramas and comedies,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just cinematography. I forgot to mention that. Who was it edited by? I will tell you guys. Oh, I'm gonna tell you guys. Originally, the director hired an editor, and guess what
Mm-hmm.
happened to the editor? Fired because the director thought he was inexperienced. So
God damn,
the
Michael.
director edits it himself.
Yeah.
Wow, what a talented man. He does everything, including the editing. Then he says this, right? According to Wikipedia, he said something along the lines of, the editing in this film apparently did not comply with conventional ways of editing. For example, not using a scenery shot as a transition. So, he prompted
Wait.
film. Huh?
Chinese
Yeah.
traditional film.
Actually, okay.
He prompted film and television majors, so students who are doing majors in film and television, to not examine his film using established theoretical knowledge. He admitted that his editing was bad.
No,
And
That's a
told
really
students,
good way of saying this is a garbage edit. Yeah.
well, I guess
he
yeah,
is
but it's
assuming,
like,
first of
don't
all,
judge
that
my
people
movie
are
with
going to examine his
conventional
film
standards of
for
film.
their studies.
I will. I will.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
yeah,
you?
yeah. Yep,
But,
yep. So, not conventional. He doesn't approve of it either. That's this case of editing in this film. By the way, editing took like 10 months after the 18 months of dubbing. If I can quickly look at that. Yeah. Each day, they were able to edit approximately 40 seconds of the film. Each day that they worked editing, 40 seconds of the film was made.
Damn.
damn,
Yep. Now,
fast editing.
anything to talk about for editing and visuals?
Yeah. Something he's saying before. Oh yeah. Transitions.
Mhm.
A lot of that weird wipe thing,
Fade ins and fade
Yeah.
outs.
as well as when they establish a new chapter, right? They do that like
Title
cartoon
card.
screen thing. I can't really describe. Title card. And the way the title cards are done, it's like you'd be in the middle of characters talking, and then suddenly a title card just fuck. I lost the top of my mic, as you can see. But like, yeah,
Because it's a new chapter, and they need to say it's a new chapter. Yeah.
but yeah, it interrupts like dialogue or something. They don't put it at like the start of the scene. They put it like right in the middle of the dialogue, so it's kind of funny.
Yep. Funny. Oh my goodness. What a film. What a film. What a film.
Already.
All right. Now, a redeeming factor, if a redeeming factor at all,
Is SNH
Music.
48. But the song was
SNH
shit
48.
though.
So yeah, the song was pretty shit though.
it's as if they didn't want to be a part of the film. Crazy.
How
Probably,
did
but
you
they
get
got
roped
paid,
into
mate.
Sorry.
And they never released a
Freaking
music
awesome.
video, or at least I can't find it. I probably need to
Maybe that's
search
what
through
their
the
entire
Chinese
budget
internet.
went to.
Yep. Well, it might have been on like Weibo or something, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just bad. You can't. No one. I don't think. Apparently, the director made the music for this. According
Yeah,
to
'cause
Wikipedia, he's credited
There was
as yeah.
there was a video of him like singing. Was that the song, or was that a different song?
That is like a thing in China where if you're acting in like a show, it's
Yeah.
common for like the title song to have like a credits roll where the actors are singing the song,
Ah. Okay.
and
Oh, that
it's
reminds
always
me
the
of
same shot. I was just saying, it's always the same shot of them, singing in a studio.
Okay. Yeah.
But go ahead.
What was I to say? Oh, yeah, it reminds me of that one scene where they're in that club or something, and then they're playing the music, and then someone's like, "Isn't this fantastic music?"
Yep.
And they
And
start
then
singing.
I remember watching the film. I remember that bit. I was like, when I heard that, I was immediately just said out loud, "This fucking sucks." Yeah,
Yeah,
this
you did,
music
I think.
sucks. And then a guy was like trying to sing an 80s like Chinese pop song to like
Random
some techno
techno.
beat. Just like random singing as if it was a karaoke to some random techno. Overall,
Yeah.
it's just a sign of the direction of this film,
Mhm.
right? We got
Great
through
film.
everything. Is there anything You want to add
Had
it?
random freeze frames.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, freeze frame.
No, it's in editing. Yeah,
Random freeze frames.
yeah.
Just like, and then they'd be acting, and then suddenly, right? They just freeze frame.
So
Yeah.
that's one thing.
No,
It might
no
be just like a
explanation.
weird editing error that they forgot to fix.
Probably. I am assuming that's it. Or it could just be like the person uploading the YouTube video. There might have been some issue
Yeah,
with that.
but there was a freeze frame on the last scene though, like the jump and then freeze frame. You know.
Yeah.
But then the
Also, there
disabled
is
guy
no
was
audio
left
in
out.
this bit, so yeah, yeah. There was no audio in these bits, so it was just awkward silence.
Yeah.
It's just
Except for us
fucking-
laughing.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
us laughing.
Yeah.
On Douban, this was given a 2.2 out of 5.
Mm.
Apparently only because Douban doesn't allow reviews to go below 2. So it's basically the equivalent of 0.2, I think.
Yeah.
Alright,
And IMDb gave it 1.
Out of
1,
10.
that's right.
Mm.
Let's hear what you guys think. Unholy Trinity final verdicts. Dio, as always, standing on the far right. Let's go.
Hey, it's shit, but I'd rather watch this in Antebellum again. So I give it a 2.
Yeah.
Yes. 2.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
What did you give Antebellum?
Okay,
I gave it a 2 as
I'm
well.
gonna surprise you. I'm gonna go for a bit of a shock here, mate.
Alright, alright.
Yeah, I think this is an absolutely garbage movie, but it is an entertainment at parts, and because, though it's not like so bad that it's good, but like it's almost there. Like, it just cut out some like shit that like unnecessary dialogue, and like you might have like a good fun few scenes of garbage. So with that, I'm actually gonna give this a 3.
Ooh, a 3.
Oh, 3.
Yeah.
And as always, the garbage Sunday special right in the middle. No opinion of my own. 2.5 for a combined average of 2.5.
Hey.
Dang.
No
Hey,
applause for you.
better than
Mr.
Antebellum.
DJ. Better than Antebellum.
Yeah.
There you go,
What a review,
boys.
What a
There
movie.
you
What a
go.
movie.
Fellow viewers.
What a movie. So, if you like this review, give it a like. If you didn't like this review, what the fuck?
Yeah, you get a
Yeah.
you get a whatever.
Review here.
Yeah.
We're just the messengers here.
Then
Why do you
shoot.
not like this review? Just give it a like.
Don't
anyway.
shoot.
Don't you?
Wait,
Just
wait.
a
Did
messenger.
someone say? Don't shoot.
Ah, don't
Ooh.
shoot! I'm just a messenger.
I'll shoot you back.
Little.
Our acting,
Yeah.
our acting was better than most of the acting. in
Ooh.
this. And if you wanna see more shit reviews, if you wanna see more reviews of shit movies,
Shit
hit
reviews.
the subscribe
Yeah.
button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single one. And
Give a like.
yeah, if you got a bad movie you want us to watch, send it in. We want to watch this bad movie and give it a review.
Yeah.
Leave a comment down below.
Give a like if you like if you dislike. Yeah. Ooh.
But know that we will hate you if we have to go through anything like this again. I will kill you. I will find you and I will destroy you.
Very aggressive
Okay,
today.
that's the episode. Bye bye.
Yep, okay, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
And action.
我很高兴成为文先生的一员。文先生是一个绝对的天才，也是我的全部灵感。我爱文先生。
Cut. This is not my vision. This is not my style. Catch me the art director.
Sir, you're the art director.
Damn it. Fine. Okay, take it from the top.
我很高兴成为文先生班上的一员。文先生是一个绝对的天才，也是我的全部灵感。我爱文先生。
Cut. What the hell is this? What is this awful dialogue? Fetch me the writer who wrote this garbage.
Sir, you're also the writer.
Damn it. Fine. Okay, take it from the top.
我很高兴成为文先生班上的一员。文先生是一个绝对的天才，也是我的全部灵感。我爱文先生。
Cut. What the hell is this? Where's my truck? A truck is meant to come through here.
Sir, we ran out of money. The last scene with the helicopters used up the rest of our budget. We can't even afford to pay the actors anymore.
What? Fetch me the producer.
It says here that you're the producer, sir.
Damn it. Fine, I'll just CGI it in later. Okay. Just stay right there. Cue the music. Cut! What is this terrible music? Fetch me the head of the music department. Actually, scratch that. Fetch me the entire music department.
I'm sorry, sir, but you're the whole music department.
Damn it! It's fine. I know the director of SNH 48, and I'll just blackmail him into getting his group to do the theme song. Okay, you can leave now. Everyone get ready for the next scene. Okay, what the hell? Where is the lead actor?
Sir, you're the lead actor.
Damn it!